seniors honored before the game. We'll talk more about that as we go through. Dontavia Wagner and JoJo Lacey as well for Boston College. Maria Gakdeng is back and jumps center, wins it from Taya Sidbury. There's certainly a size advantage there for North Carolina, and the heels operate on the offensive end. Again, as Lewis talked about off the top of the show, you're going to see a lot of the same pieces for North Carolina as they have a relatively small rotation. They're still without Paulina Paris. They're still without Renaya Kelly right now, the first year, as well as some other players who've been out for the majority of the year. Here is Kelly slipping inside, left hand, no good, and Sidbury has the rebound for Boston College.
As for BC, you got to make difficult shots for Deja Kelly. She is so good in the paint.
And Boston College, who got off to a very good start last time out, remember, against Notre Dame, before the Fighting Irish had a really good close to that game. They are off to a 2-0 start as Taya Sidbury back and feeling healthy, most importantly. That's the first two of the game for BC. On the other end, Carolina goes to work. And I think that matchup inside is going to be a massive factor in this game. Not just Gakdeng coming back to Boston College, but how the Eagles match up size-wise against her.
Yeah, Courtney Banghart joked that Maria Gakdeng kept scoring against them a couple years ago when North Carolina made the trip here to Boston, so we'll see if she has that luck.
There is Lacey from the outside, and JoJo on her senior day with the first shot goes for Lacey, who's been playing really well recently here for Boston College. Has 9+ points in 4 of her last 6 games. Osby throws it to the corner. Dinarski for 3 is no good. Gakdeng got a piece of the rebound and helps it down to Osby. She comes around. Preseason All-ACC selection, no good with Wagner playing good defense, but the rebound's out for Poole. Third chance this possession, no good for Carolina. So they had 3 cracks at it that time, but the Eagles retain their lead. Boston College is going to try to run today. Here's Ivy for 3. That banks in! So 2 3-pointers already for the Eagles. A 6-0 run on back-to-back threes, and then Usby called for an offensive foul.
Well, just good ball movement here for the Eagles. JoJo Lacey is going to see an opening here as Usby goes below the screen. Gives JoJo Lacey enough time to fire that shot, and here on a broken play, Ivy's just going to fire it off the bank and hit it off the glass and in. Those are the types of shots that Boston College is going to need, especially from the 3-point line, getting some of those tough shots, those open looks to fall early on.
Again, they feel like they can use their transition game. Here is Tiana Todd. Her shot is no good. Todd coming off the tough shooting day, just 1 for 12 from the floor against Notre Dame. Boston College trying to snap this losing streak, which is at 10 right now in a gauntlet of the ACC. Gakdeng inside, couldn't finish to the rim, got the second effort though. And that may very well be the story of this game as Maria Gakdeng with an early 4.
Help side defense has to get there a little sooner to help the paint, especially with the size of Gakdeng.
Sidbury coming right back in. It's blocked by Gakdeng. Wagner did a good job to find it though. Creates another chance here for Boston College. Eight to shoot for Todd. Step back 3 is no good off back iron. But an offensive rebound for BC out to Ivy. Pumps pass, it's Lacey. Corner 3 is good. Second triple for JoJo. And just like the start Sunday against Notre Dame, Boston College out flying early. It's 11-4.
One, you talked about the start. Big part of that last play was offensive rebound by Wagner. She had 12 in that Notre Dame game with 15 in total. So watch BC to crash the boards.
Usby turns away from Wagner. Follow-away jumper, no good. So North Carolina is 2 for 8 from the floor to start this game, and both makes are Maria Gakdeng. Here is Todd falling away, and a quick timeout, North Carolina.
Well, everything for Boston College has been in the paint, just greatly done, and JoJo Lacey is just on fire here on senior day in Chestnut Hill. Couple of threes and some defense for the senior, helping Boston College to this early lead.
Greatness is a feeling.
For JoJo Lacey, many folks know the story. Her father, who tragically passed away about a month ago, so it was nice to see her and her whole family here, along with Dontavia Wagner and Kayla Ivy, who were honored before the game. And a great start for JoJo Lacey. Coach Mack, we talked to her before the game. She was really complimentary of how well JoJo has played. We mentioned it, 9+ points in 4 of her last 6. She shot the 3 ball relatively well at that 21-point game against Syracuse a couple of weeks ago. And a great start here for Boston College. So 13-4. Remember, Sunday, the Eagles led 14-3 in the early going against Notre Dame before the Fighting Irish really kind of controlled the game from there. So we'll see if the Eagles can carry that early momentum. Dinarski, though, with a triple to slow the momentum down. First 3 of the game for North Carolina. Lacey Dinarski, the Wisconsin native, the grad student. Here is Wagner against her former teammate Gakdeng. That jumper was way off. It's one of those that's not truly blocked, but it's affected well.
Good size and length that makes it so difficult. Even when Gakdeng doesn't put up the arms, you just know you got to get that shot off quick.
Here is Usby inside. Double team comes. Carolina does a good job cycling around for Poole, but the jumper is no good. There's Andrea Daly now for Boston College. He's a bit under the weather the last couple of games, feeling a little bit better today. BC's leading scorer. Here is Lacey, another 3. Good again! 3rd triple in the early going for JoJo Lacey. That's an early 9 points. And BC leads 16-7.
Had the 10 against, or the 9 against Notre Dame.
Nice look inside for Anya Poole, the senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, with her first 2. BC goes quickly. Lacey for a 4th time. This time, no good.
Sometimes you get that heat check. You know, you got to just see how deep you can shoot it from.
Here's Kelly inside. That's blocked clean by Wagner inside.
Well, talking to Coach Courtney Banghart before the game today, said, you know, we got to get some secondary scoring going. And Lexi Dinarski is one of those players. And 10 points versus Notre Dame. She was 2nd in scoring, and you see on the opposite end, Boston College just lining up the 3s. The Eagles 4 for 6 from beyond the arc.
6 for 11 overall from the floor. Here's the drive by Navarre, kicks it out for Kelly. Tough 2 with Ivy playing close defense from the side. Does not go. Fastball inside for Lacey, up and under, no good. Offensive rebound, Wagner. She got a 2nd one and is fouled. Well, Dontavia, who dominated the offensive glass against Notre Dame with 12 offensive rebounds in her last game. And how about the work inside here?
Yeah, first a no-look pass from Ivy to get the defense to draw away, and then just hunger right there from Dontavia Wagner. When she's in the paint, even though she's at 6 feet, she plays like she's 7 foot down there, and she hounds those rebounds and gives herself opportunities at the charity stripe.
So the free throw good for Wagner, who's had a couple of really impressive games. That 22-point game against Louisville, and then the season-high 25 points that we mentioned against Notre Dame. Those came after 2 lower-scoring games. She's continued to bounce back really well over the course of this season. Carolina was out of bounds there on the near side, so the ball will go back to Boston College in front of Courtney Banghart, who's in her 5th season with North Carolina. Has done a very nice job after coming over from Princeton, where she really built that Princeton program, who had never made the NCAA tournament. Turned it into 7 Ivy League titles and 8 NCAA tournament appearances. Lacey really aggressive early, throws a fastball that Ivy has to go upstairs for. That is short on the 3. Boy, Boston College is really aggressive right now here in the early going.
And yet again, it's Wagner who's just down there trying to create more opportunities for her team.
Well, I think Coach Mack would tell you right now that, you know, Boston College, it's the 2nd game in a row now they've built this big lead, and I think she's got to be really pleased with, even on little plays like that where it didn't result in anything, but how aggressive her team is continuing to follow up that early lead. Lob inside here for Key. It's taken away, but Sidbury stepped out of bounds, so it stays here.
Boston College has done a really good job here in the first quarter, just locking down the paint. Those 2nd chance opportunities that much here in the first quarter for UNC, and it's kind of one and done, and then they're going back down court and trying to create opportunities. So you like the defensive structure for Boston College here early on.
And an offensive foul called on the inbounds.
Looks like Denarcy is going to be called there for the offensive foul. That's twice now here in the first possession back to Boston College off of an offensive foul for UNC.
So the third foul called against the Heels. Sidbury operating from the free throw line. Here's Ivy. Daly on the drive, lost the handle on it inside, but it finds Wagner, who's blocked. Device stayed with that really well, and now in transition, Donarski for three is good. Lexi Donarski with her second triple of the game.
Defense leading to offense there for the Tar Heels. Good active hands, not giving Boston College an easy lane to drive, and that's what BC's been trying to do with the bigs and Sidbury.
6 points now for Donarski. BC just one of their last 7 from the floor. After the fast start to this game, here is Sidbury, slips inside, but traveled with it.
Well, again, back to that last bucket for UNC. You're going to see just active hands from Navarre, and then it leads to an opportunity here after the block in transition for Navarre to find Donarski in transition and hit that three-pointer. And points in transition for UNC have been the key so far here in the first.
Here's Key inside, nice footwork, but couldn't finish at the rim. Boston College off to that big start. Again, it was 13-4 at its peak. Corner three for Daly. That's no good. Wagner with an offensive rebound. So BC is getting on the offensive glass right now. That's already 5 offensive rebounds. And now here it's turned over. Wagner is out front. Nice pass to Sidbury.
Just around the back to get it past Tiani Key. A great feed, and then Sidbury does the rest, just hitting it off the glass and in.
And a really good job knowing she had kind of overrun it. Here's Kelly, corner three ball. That's in and out. Todd got a piece of the rebound, knocked out of bounds, and will stay here with 1:12 remaining, or excuse me, we'll go the other way with 1:12 remaining here in the first half.
You see here just a little collision. It looked like Todd and Kelly got their feet tangled up there on the drive, and then, as you said, the overcommitment made that bucket a little easy as Key just kept going towards Dontavia Wagner. Just good vision, good awareness to know that Sidbury was still cutting with her and not pulling away from the play.
Nine to shoot for Lacey. Step back three is short. And even there, Wagner hustles in, had a piece of the rebound before it knocked out of bounds.
It seems like every loose ball, every rebound, any possibility at a 50-50 ball, Dontavia Wagner's in the vicinity.
Playing on her senior day here at BC after coming over for playing just down the road from Carolina at NC State her freshman year. Here's Kelly, got to the elbow. That's a decent look that did not go. Transition look again for Boston College. Todd tried the crossover dribble. Wagner found it. Free throw line jumper, no. And the possession timer is off here at the end of the first quarter. So BC has held Kelly and Usby scoreless in this first quarter. The 6 points from Donarski has kept Carolina within contact, and now a chance to hold for the final shot of the frame. 5 to shoot Donarski. Fastball inside for Usby, who's fouled. Lacey got enough of a tug there that even though Usby couldn't handle the pass, she's called for the foul. That is the first foul of the quarter on Boston College.
Very disciplined quarter for BC. There's a lot of contact down there, especially when you have opposing players that are bigger than you for Boston College, but they've been able to stay disciplined and keep their hands at bay.
Navarre got to get it up. Kelly, that would have counted, but it didn't go. And it brings us to the end of the first quarter. So despite the Eagles finishing just 1 for their last 10 from the floor, and a good start for Boston College, 19-12 is the lead. BC led by as much as 16-7 in that first quarter before Carolina closed the gap a bit. Here's Wagner inside working against Usby, got position, went up strong but couldn't finish at the rim.
Kind of like to see Boston College try to get Wagner going here in the second. 0 for 5 in that first quarter.
Not for lack of hard work, though, inside. My goodness, but off the board for the moment. Kelly got a screen from Gakdeng. They try to pick and roll. It wasn't there, so Navarre steps back for 3. Gakdeng got a piece of the rebound, and here's where her size advantage really makes a difference, because that foul goes against Dontavia Wagner. Even though the positioning's pretty good, but you kind of lean underneath and get Gakdeng up in the air, and that's why Wagner's called for that foul.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you can't bridge a player. You can't make it a little more difficult for an offensive player to get a rebound there. So that's why the foul is called on Wagner. Good job for Gakdeng to keep chasing after and make an attempt at that rebound, so the foul is called.
So 9 to shoot for North Carolina. Kelly working against Todd, gets switched on to Sidbury. Kind of lost the handle on the dribble. Finds Usby, who's good from 3. Alyssa Usby, the senior captain from Rochester, Minnesota, with her first points.
See the 3/4 pressure here now for UNC.
Good trap. They do get out of it to Todd. Long 2. No good. Again, Wagner's there, though, on the offensive boards, and this time draws the foul.
Well, check out this stroke, Eric. I mean, this is just beautiful. This is how you teach it. Make sure you got a window, quick release, and nothing but the bottom of the net. That's what makes her one of the top scorers on this team in the conference. She is really good from the outside, but also has a good interior presence.
Usby came in 7th in the ACC in field goal percentage, averaging 12.5 points per game. That, by the way, was the second foul called on Maria Gakdeng. Wagner got the second. And with 2 fouls, Gakdeng will come out here in place of Alexandra Zelaya, the senior from Arizona, into the game for the first time.
She had a really good game against NC State, dropped 4 3-pointers for a season-high 12 points.
Donarski again from 3, that's strong. But the rebound finds Zelaya. Navarre working inside, kicks to Donarski, creates space, but decides to pass on the 3-pointer.
She had Todd beat there. She could have fired that one away.
Here's Kelly, a little stutter step. Navarre on the drive, what a take. India Navarre with her first 2 for the sophomore, averaging 6.5 points per game. And a really committed drive that time to get UNC within 3. Wagner's space on the baseline, blocked. Lacey finds it though, and JoJo Lacey continues her good first half. Into double figures with 11. Here is Kelly for 3, that's good. So now the 3-point shot starting to become a real weapon for North Carolina as they knock down their 4th of the game, Deja Kelly. And Boston College's lead is just 2.
And Kelly's one that can really get going. 29 points against Virginia Tech. She had 10 of 22 from the floor. 8th best points per game in the ACC.
No look pass from Ivy to Todd, falling away, no good. Zelaya the rebound, and Carolina's in transition. Donarski stops, comes inside. And JoJo Lacey read that well, but it bounces right to Kelly. There's an open shooter there, kind of a 5-on-4 situation, and thus Usby has the offensive rebound, can't finish, and then over the back is called.
Well, we told you for North Carolina, if they're going to do some damage, they're going to have to get some buckets inside the paint to open up that 3-point shot. They drive on that last opportunity, and then here from the outside, Kelly hits it from the corner. Those are the types of buckets, those are the type of ball movement plays that Courtney Banghart wants to see from our offense here in this first half.
That was the second foul on Usby, by the way, so Gakdeng and Usby both have 2 fouls for North Carolina. Well, it has been the JoJo Lacey show in the early going for Boston College. Can she do it again? Short that time. Offensive rebound for Taya Sidbury. And nearly lost the handle on it. It stays here off of India Navarre.
We saw JoJo Lacey and her numbers here today, but just has had a phenomenal career at Boston College. You look at the points, close to 600. Ontavia Wagner, who's been phenomenal in not only the ACC, but nationally in steals. And then Ivy, her assist turnover ratio, one of the best in the country.
Todd with 3 on the timer, no good on the shot. So another tough start for Todd from the field, just 1 for 6. Kelly got to the ACC logo, that's no good. So both of these teams are under 30% from the floor right now. Ivy on the run, fast break for Sidbury for 3 is good. It rains in for Taya Sidbury, who has 7 points in the first half. 5-point lead for Boston College. Key swings it to Kelly, 3 to match, no good. Offensive rebound, Key, but she pushed off, and that's why she got positioning there. So is called for the foul.
Well, just good transition, ball movement here for Boston College. Daly sheds one defender and then finds Ivy at the top of the key, and Ivy has just been so good at finding open teammates all season long. Finds Sidbury for the 3.
Daly from the free throw line, that's good. So good a little run here for Boston College as they build the lead back to 7.
And it's been from the mid-range. It's not just trying to chuck up 3-pointers or get into the paint, force it into the paint. Now they're developing that mid-range shot, which is going to be really crucial here against a tall UNC team.
First 2 points of the game there for Daly, and BC, who's really good at forcing turnovers, causes another. That pass was too far for Ivy, but she did a great job of getting that back in off of a Carolina leg and keeping possession here with Boston College.
Her momentum was taking her towards the stanchion. She was able to just throw it behind her and still get a leg there.
Here's Sidbury, tough shot. Got it back though. Sidbury again, not that time. Another chance for an offensive rebound. Nearly was there. Navarre goes coast to coast and blocked, but a foul. So Andrea Daly called for her first foul, and we step aside. Under 5 to go in the first half, 27-20, Boston College.
So beautiful.
Morning game. It's really exciting, so I'm happy to see them and some old teammates. I wouldn't say I kept in touch as much, just because, you know, I feel like I'm really busy with my life, but I still, you know, no bitter feelings. I feel like it's still really cordial between us all, so I just wish them the best as I left.
That is Maria Gakdeng, who was at Boston College the first 2 years of her career, now playing for North Carolina. She has 4 points in the early going of this game. Navarre at the free throw line, short on the second one after making the first. So Boston College's lead is 27-21 here with 4:47 to go in the second half. Here is Lacey, steps back, fall away jumper, no good. Sidbury finds another offensive rebound. That's 10 in this first half for Boston College on the offensive glass.
They're just tracking them down. They are finding where that ball is bouncing off the rim and making good reads.
Eagles, who came in 3rd in the ACC in offensive rebounds. Wagner, though, got the elbow extended that time. So an offensive foul called on BC.
It's probably one of the easier opportunities for Wagner. That's saying something because Kelly's all over her. But just too much contact right there, dropping that elbow into Kelly.
So Wagner called for her second foul. Here is Tiani Kiyus back into the game, as is Zelaya, and her left-handed turnaround is good. First 2 points of the game for Alexandra Zelaya. 27-23, the Boston College lead over North Carolina.
That's a good job just exposing that mismatch there with the size advantage for Zelaya on Daly.
That is taken away by Donarski, then got stuck in between her feet, and Todd read that really well. Down the lane, has Daly. Double team comes, has to go back out for Lacey. JoJo on the drive, kicks to the corner, and Sidbury. A frantic sequence here, and Ivy kind of slows things down.
Such a smart play.
10 to shoot. Ivy on the drive, comes inside, got the double team there. And a held ball. Possession will go the other way. Well, for all the good work Ivy did resetting, then kind of ran into a traffic jam.
Yeah, sometimes you just see too much ahead of the play, and that ball just escapes the hand as you're trying to make that decision. But a good job for Ivy to just kill a little more clock and get the jump ball possession back in their favor next time there is an opportunity.
Kelly on a double bounce pass over to Navarre, inside for Key, good finish. Had the size advantage and took advantage of it.
That's a good one for Key. She's been frustrated on the opposite end all night by Boston College defenders. Now gets an opportunity to finish and get some points and maybe get her going.
Sidbury, that pass nearly thrown away. Lacey did a good job to control it. Just really liked that fall-away jumper today, but that's off the mark. Another turnover, though, created by BC, and this time the held ball will keep possession here.
You see here, Daly again, just the hustle plays for Boston College have been here all first half long, and now they have possession. Even UNC, they've gotten more hungrier and trying to get those opportunities against Boston College and try to even out that 50-50 count.
Here's Todd off the feed from Sidbury. Her three-pointer is good. It's only a matter of time with Todd when she shoots. It feels like a little bit of a slow start, but she knocks it down. First triple of the game. She has 5. And Boston College has stayed in front the whole way here in this first half. It's 30-25.
It's not rushing, just finding the shots that are going to be the best opportunity to get points for Boston College. It feels like sometimes they're chaotic, but when they're able to settle their plays, they get really good looks.
6 to shoot for Deja Kelly. Got around the screen, slipping inside. Up and under move, no good. Everything but on that chance for Kelly.
It's been the type of night it has been for Kelly.
Swings to Daly, three-pointer, off back iron. Donarski, transition three ball, that's no good. Navarre had good positioning for the rebound, but knocked it out of bounds.
Well, again, just deciding to take her time here. Todd sizes up Key and then pulls back on the screen from Sidbury to create some more space and then just drains that three.
So Courtney Banghart brings in both of her bigs with 2 fouls. Gakdeng and Usby back into the game for the final 1:23 of this first half. Here's Todd, double team comes. Sidbury slips inside away from Usby.
I think she actually slipped there too, Eric. She is able to keep her balance and still finish it off the glass.
Yeah, that was a literal slip inside. Donarski, another 3-try. That was way off. It ends up right as a pass for Gakdeng, who is fouled.
Well, just crashing boards. We said it for Boston College. Now it's UNC here in the second quarter, creating more opportunities off these second chance points. And Gakdeng, just again, good positioning, gets the contact and finishes.
Free throw is no good. That last foul was against Daly. That's her second. So 32-27, under a minute to go. Here is Sidbury off the feed from Ivy. Three-pointer, no good.
Good 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Carolina can go quickly. Kelly swings it. That comes inside. Gakdeng up, but fouled. Had a size advantage there. And that is Todd who's called for the foul.
It's a good interior pass to set up Gakdeng on the spin, send it away from the bucket and away from the defender to get her in a spin to finish off the opposite side of the glass. It's just nicely done. Just couldn't get the bucket, but still draws the foul.
By the way, Sydney Barker is in the game for North Carolina for the first time. Their first year. Coming into just her 9th game of the season. That is good from Gakdeng.
Had a great high school career, did Barker. Holds school records for career points. And points in a season, points in a game, so she can get hot. And I love her defensive presence right now. She's crouched down, hounding the ball handler, and Kayla Ivey not giving an inch. It's the type of defense you want to see.
8 to shoot. Ivey over for Sidbury. Extra pass this time for Todd is good. 8 points for Tiana Todd. 2 seconds to go in the half. Kelly got to get it up. Nowhere to go. Usby's shot, they count it for now. They will take a look at that. I thought that was late initially, but they will look. Would have been good at home this year. Trying to get a big one here against Carolina as we restart second half, and Usby going to work. That's immediately out of bounds, though it stays here. Not sure Usby really thought so, but she'll take it.
Keeps the possession, and another chance here to get some points for UNC. Ride that momentum that they had in the end of that second quarter.
So again, Kelly had just 3 points. Usby had just 3 points in that first half for North Carolina. Navarre comes in on the drive. That's not there. And so Boston College, who shot 34%, but they were 7 of 14 from behind the arc. Led by 3 threes from JoJo Lacey. Todd throws it inside to Sidbury. Kept that alive, managed to get the pass away to Ivey, and her three-pointer no good. And a foul called on North Carolina after Lacey had a piece of the rebound, and that foul's on Usby. That's 3 fouls on Alyssa Usby.
She's not putting up too much of a fight, but I think this ball bounced off of Lacey. Maybe some contact when Lacey was in the air, so let's see when she leaves her feet.
See.
Yeah,
so right there, they called a foul on Usby reaching in. And a finish at the rim by Taya Sidbury. 11 for Sidbury, second Eagle scorer in double figures. Bounce pass is out of bounds. So a good start to this second half for Boston College and a choppy start for North Carolina.
When you see the Tar Heels trying to get India Navarre going here in the third quarter, but Boston College sending the help side defense makes it a little bit more difficult to drive the lane that she had easily in the first half.
Here is Wagner just inside the arc, drives off the window and good. Dontavia Wagner had just 2 points in that first half, but again, it was not for lack of work. She did a really good job inside. Had 7 rebounds in that first half as well, and now has 4 points.
And now 4 assists for Kayla Ivey.
And this is the largest lead that Boston College has had today. 39-29, the Eagles lead. And a whistle here, and Courtney Banghart not thrilled with what she's seen. She calls a timeout less than 2 minutes into this third quarter. Heck of a start for Boston College. A 10-point lead here they've opened up at the beginning of the second half. Dontavia Wagner slipping through on the drive. So Boston College has opened up a 10-point lead. Did you like that early timeout there for North Carolina?
Yeah, I think it's important. You don't want this game to get away early on, and a couple of mental mistakes for the Tar Heels, so Courtney Banghart had to kind of reassess and get the troops settled here early in the third quarter.
So 7 to shoot. Kelly on the drive was affected. Didn't hit the rim, so the shot clock does not reset. Gakdeng goes up. This is out of bounds. And Coach Mack is saying here, they have the shot clock at 20, and it's ruled that it was deflected off of Boston College, so that's why it resets to 20. Coach Mack thought it was wondering there because it never hit the rim. But it does reset here, and Carolina goes to work. Nice drive inside, but it's not there once again by Navarre, but the putback is good by Gakdeng.
And again, just crashing boards for Maria, just finding where that rebound's gonna hit off the rim and getting a chance to put back a shot.
Lacey, overhand pass to Ivey. Didn't like the look, so calls on the offense to reset. 39-31 BC. Lacey lost the handle on it, stripped from behind by Deja Kelly. North Carolina goes quickly. Donarski on the drive. Gets inside to Usby. Goes up strong and is fouled.
It's a good decision. Give up the 3 to try to attack the paint. Carolina has done a great job in the paint, today against Boston College, 16 points, and then you're gonna see the drive there, put a foul on JoJo Lacey, who's been hurting you all game long, so you get a chance there to maybe potentially get her into some foul trouble if you can continue to drive.
Short on the second one for Usby, who now has 4 points, does have 6 rebounds and 2 assists today. Came in averaging 12.5 points a game. Kayla Ivey, stutter step away from Donarski. BC's been willing to work the timer down on the possession. Ivey gets it down to Wagner, gets inside and is fouled with 3 seconds on the possession. A lot of hard work inside today for Dontavia Wagner.
Yeah, and this is a hard pass to make for Ivey, but Donarski and then Navarre comes over on the help side D. Just a lot of size in front of Wagner, but we've seen her from the beginning of this game not shy away from the contact, not shy away from putting put-back rebounds or put-back shots up on the glass. So there's not a harder working player in the ACC than Dontavia Wagner.
And she makes the first free throw for 5 points. Dontavia gets to the free throw line as much as anyone in this conference. She's 5th in the ACC in free throw attempts. It's that one down there. Quick 3 by Donarski on the other end is no good. Donarski got off to a really good start in this game, but is now just 2 for 8 from behind the arc today.
She had some struggles there against Notre Dame. She had a big game against NC State a couple of games ago where she was 5 for 9 from the three-point line and hit 23 points against the Wolfpack, but hasn't been able to find that stroke here in the last couple of games for UNC.
That is knocked out of bounds. It stays here. Navarre getting her hand in. Boston College looking for a massive home win at the end of their season to give a little bit of a jolt going into the ACC tournament. Carolina, who lost Sunday to Virginia Tech after they had won 3 in a row. Lacey slips inside for Daly, and she is fouled. And Boston College is getting to the free throw line.
It's a good patient play here for Daly. She realized the defender's draped on her back, gets Kelly to bite before leaving her feet. So that's a good job drawing the foul, especially against one of the leading scorer for UNC and Kelly. And now Kelly finding herself in some foul trouble, or actually it's just her second foul.
So 42-32 is the Boston College lead. And they've done it without huge offensive lifts from Daly or Wagner. It's 3 points for Daly, led by Sid Berry with 11 and JoJo Lacey with 11. Usby got her defender in the air, and that is a foul on Dontavia Wagner. And that is her 3rd foul. So something to watch here on the foul trouble a little bit. Usby has 3 for North Carolina. Wagner with 3 for Boston College. And that's an offensive foul on Kelly. That's the old chicken wing right in front of the official.
Well, we'll watch these fouls pile up here for North Carolina, especially with some players missing from the lineup. We talked about 3 players who are already out for the season, and Toomey and Hull, and you see Paulina Paris and Renaya Kelly, 2 players who've contributed this year, not able to play here today. They're still about day-to-day. North Carolina hoping they'll get them back in time for the playoffs, but
Ivey steps in, 3-pointer, no good. Long rebound. Lacey read that ball was tracking, but couldn't keep it in. Usby, may have shuffled her feet there, but Carolina goes in transition. Donarski comes across for Kelly. Angling against Todd. 3-pointer from the corner is short. Really well read, though, and it's put back by India Navarre. Knew she missed it, found the rebound, and has 5 points.
that's why you follow your shot. You get an opportunity on a clean layup there. BC cleared out, and Navarre was just able to finish at the rim.
It's an 8-point game. Wagner drives, got inside against Gakdeng, nowhere to go, but it finds its way to JoJo Lacey.
Sometimes the ball just finds you, right, Eric? You know, you have that type of day sometimes, and JoJo Lacey's having that day.
Gakdeng to answer no, got her own rebound, right back up and good. Maria Gakdeng with 12 points.
We're starting to open up a little bit here in the third quarter. Back and forth we go.
It's been between an 8 and a 10-point game here in this third quarter. Boston College has held the lead the whole way. Todd nearly lost the handle on the crossover. Lacey got to go, got it inside to Wagner, plenty of time, but couldn't finish at the rim.
I think she felt a little more rushed than she had more time.
Actually got it with about 2 on the timer. Donarski skips inside for Usby, working against Todd, and Todd does a pretty good job defensively. And now Daly on the run for Boston College. Got inside, double teams there. And Ivy calls out traffic. You know, we mentioned that Carolina is the team dealing with some injuries, but the Eagles have really shortened their bench today. Here is Daly, 8 to shoot, backing down, inside Andrea Daly. BC has played just 6 players the whole game. Donarski quickly to match, no good. That's out of bounds with 3:35 to go here in the third quarter. The lead has stretched back to 10 in favor of Boston College. Trying to snap their losing streak at home today. Good work inside as it finds JoJo Lacey. JoJo Lacey, really it was the threes early on in this game, but she's carried it since then.
Yeah, and just a great mid-range shot. 3 of 5 from the three-point line, 13 points today. It's the second time this year that she's hit 3 three-pointers. She had 3 against Kentucky in that 83-81 loss. Season high is 21 points against Syracuse. See right there, just 13, 5 of 11 from the floor, 7 rebounds. She's contributed in different ways here today for Boston College.
And she has helped build the Eagles' lead to 10 with 3:35 to go in this third quarter. You know, it's worth noting, we talked about Boston College getting off to that great start against Notre Dame, as that's a nice take for Navarre. She has 7 points now. Well, BC had basically the same start, right? 14-3 against Notre Dame, 13-4 today, but they've carried it through.
Yeah, I think it's just being consistent in their play, and it starts on the defensive end, not giving UNC multiple opportunities in the paint or on second chance points, and then transition. Getting it out in transition and finding the right shot, whether it's the mid-range or the three-point shot.
Daly tried to get that pass inside, couldn't get it beyond Gakdeng. Looking for Taya Sidbury. Here is Navarre on the run. She's been really effective and gets another. That's 9 points now for India Navarre.
It's great decision-making for Navarre.
It is now a 6-point game. Daly is trapped, and a timeout called by Boston College. So Coach Mack forced to use one. With 2:46 to go in the third quarter, we'll step aside for 30 seconds. More to come. 46-40, Boston College.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
The trap was on. It was a wise decision to call a timeout. And as we play on, here is Todd, 13 to shoot. Gakdeng is there. Todd gets rid of it. Wagner does find it and manages to draw the foul, and that is the 15th foul on North Carolina, which will lead to free throws as Navarre is called for her second foul. So as it turns out, it was a wise decision to call timeout as the Eagles will get a chance, and a great job by Todd to stay with that pass.
Yeah, I think both coaches here in the third found the timeouts in the right spots. Banghart early on in the third quarter with about 8 minutes, and now Burnaby McNamee with a really big timeout to stop the run.
So a couple of free throws connected, and it is 46-40. Out of bounds bounds. It will stay here.
BC gonna send some pressure here on the ball. They had Sidbury waiting in the paint, but then they decided to give it or send her towards the Navarre to make that play.
Oh, Wagner reaching, got a piece of it. It's out of bounds and will stay here. Dontavia Wagner has been everywhere.
Second in the ACC with steals for a reason. She reads plays so well, like a cornerback on the football field.
Bounce pass inside for Usby, and that's an offensive foul. And that's the 4th foul on Alyssa Usby.
Just good positioning right there. You're gonna see her set her feet and then gets that elbow again from Usby. I mean, they have frustrated these two players in Usby and Kelly all game long.
Inside, that pass wasn't quite have enough on it. JoJo knew it immediately. There's the foul situation for North Carolina. So 4 on Usby right now. Remember, both Usby and Gakdeng had 2 fouls in that first half. Kelly and Navarre now as well. Lob for Wagner. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Corner pocket, Lacey, good! 16 for JoJo Lacey on her 4th three.
Just finding the groove.
Usby had it stripped. 4 on 2, back for Boston College. Lacey up strong and connects. 18 on senior day for JoJo Lacey. And BC has opened up their largest lead of the day on a 7-0 run. Usby inside for Gakdeng, stops and gets it off the window. Good answer for Maria Gakdeng, who is UNC's leading scorer with 14.
More pressure coming for UNC here, trying to create some turnovers late in the third quarter, try to garner some sort of momentum here against Boston College.
Each team has knocked down their last 3 from the floor. A minute to go here in the third. The Eagles' lead is 11. Todd's pass taken away by Navarre. India Navarre couldn't finish at the rim. The rebound to Kelly, and she is fouled.
Well, you said it, Eric. It's the JoJo Lacey show here in Chestnut Hill. Deep 3, and then watch this drive. Kind of floats in the air like a butterfly. Waits for the defender to go by, gets it off the glass, and then a big old smile that lights up the friendly confines.
What a game it has been for JoJo Lacey on senior day. So Kelly now to the line. Again, it's kind of amazing. Deja Kelly still only has 3 points in this game.
Again, BC's defense has just made it so difficult for her. She had that long 3-pointer, but everything else has been inside the paint or mid-range, but a couple of arms, like usually 4 arms for Boston College in her vicinity that makes the shot so hard.
So 2 free throws now give her 5. She's now 5 points away from moving into the top 10 all time in North Carolina's scoring. 9-point game, 40 seconds remain. Ten to shoot for Daly. Shuffles left, got a step, up strong and good. 7 points for Andrea Daly. What footwork.
Just 6 players for Boston College seeing the court, and they've all had an impact in today's matchup here against the Tar Heels.
Carolina holding for a final shot. 4 seconds remaining. Kelly inside for Gakdeng. Lost the handle on it. And that's how the third quarter comes to an end.
And every single one of them has had an impact.
They've gone small rotation, and it has worked for BC. Now trying to finish it out. Ivy for 3. That is good! Kayla Ivy with 6 points, her second 3 of the game. And this now the largest lead for Boston College at 14. Inside for Gakdeng, lost the handle again. Eagles on the run, it is Wagner! Boston College trying to run away here early in the fourth. Kelly nearly stripped again, and they called Daly for the foul, though Daly got the worst of it. Got knocked in the eye at the end of it.
Well, here's Ivy just gonna spot up again. The screen pulls the defender down and Barker. So Ivy lines that one up and hits it. And then right here, the lead pass from Daly to Wagner. Just kiss off the glass, and it's good for Boston College. And man, they went back to the defense after those 2 points or those 2 sequences, and it was business as usual. They were not too high, not too low. They went right back into position. So Boston College, they've come to this game knowing the importance of winning at home. 10 of their 11 wins this season have come here at Connie Forum, and I think they're going to check to see if this one was a foul up high on Daly and if it's going to be elevated from a common foul.
The officials will take a peek. We will step aside with 9:10 to go in the fourth quarter. 60-44 is the Boston College lead. Welcome back. It is 60-44. Boston College the lead over North Carolina. So we're just getting the update. So they stay as a common foul on the first one, but then they call an intentional foul on Deja Kelly for North Carolina. So Boston College will shoot twice. And that is the ruling here with 9:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Take another look at it one more time. So that initial foul will stay on Daly for right there, but then they call that on the reaching back is where they call. And that was the description we were just given, reported to you word for word. And so Daly still trying to kind of collect herself after getting poked in the eye on that sequence. So with 9:10 to go in the fourth quarter, and Boston College is leading 60-44. Putting that aside for a second, though, how about the start? Again, Boston College has been really good starting all 4 quarters today.
Yeah, and I think that's been a big key to them keeping this lead against UNC, is just making sure that they dictate the tone of the game each quarter that they're coming out after the reset or the restart. You think about the halftime break as well. So, yeah, making sure that you get those shots that you want.
Upgraded to an intentional foul after a common foul.
So that description is what we just told you. So again, an intentional foul was called on Kelly after the original common foul was called that stands against Andrea Daly on that sequence. So Tiana Todd will go to the free throw line. And she knocks down the first one, so she'll get 2 here.
Yeah, we've seen more fouls like that called, especially when it's to the head area of a player. You just want to make sure that you're protecting the safety. So BC ball back, and another opportunity to add some points here to the lead in the fourth quarter.
So Boston College takes advantage, and their lead is now 18 with 9:04 to go. Eagles, the first 5 points of this fourth quarter and the ball after the intentional foul. Todd with a bounce pass for Wagner. 8 to shoot. Comes down the alley, goes up strong, but traveled first. Well, just a few moments ago, Dontavia Wagner picked up on her last steal. She is now Boston College's single-season record holder for steals in a season.
Second in the conference in steals and steals per game. It just shows you that she has a knack for finding that ball and reading offenses really well and creating offensive opportunities for her teammates.
Sydney Barker back into the game for North Carolina. Here's Kelly down the lane, throws up a wild shot. Gakdeng with an offensive rebound in his foul. That is now 9 rebounds for Maria Gakdeng, and 7 of those 9 on the offensive glass today.
Yeah, they've tried to feed her down low, and even when they haven't, some of those long three-pointers, some of those shots have really allowed her to just cradle the rebound and attack the basket.
That last foul is on Kayla Ivy. Gakdeng wide open inside. What a game it has been. What a return to Conti Forum for Maria Gakdeng. Has 16 points and 9 rebounds. Todd driving all the way in. That's no good. Maybe a little rush that time in that sequence for Boston College. Navarre Got it over for Donarski. It's inside. Usby short on the runner. Another decent look there that does not go for North Carolina. And here is Lacey, walks into a three. That's no good. Sidbury got an offensive rebound over Gakdeng. Boston College with 13 offensive rebounds in the game. Carolina had 17 today. Sidbury on the drive, left hand, no good but a foul.
Haven't said too much about Taya Sidbury here today, but what a great addition for Boston College, coming over from Utah, where she was part of that Pac-12 title team, and you can just see just great decision-making. We've seen it throughout the game. Here today is whether she's going to look to pass it to the outside or put the ball on the floor and dribble to the rack. She has found her way to score points.
The first thing back in whatever month that was now, when did the season start? October. When we were talking before the season began with Coach Mack, and she said, sometimes with Taya Sidbury, you're going to see some moments and see some points that doesn't quite look right, but the points are always going to be there. She's kind of an awkward scorer sometimes, but the points are going to be there, and I think she's lived up to that this year.
Absolutely.
Navarre steps into a three, straight on, no good. Another offensive rebound, though. Carolina really starting to add them up on the offensive glass, but they got to take advantage, and again, can't there on the three. Tie up here, Lacey finds it. Good work by JoJo Lacey. Usby reaching back, takes it away from Daly. Tie up on the ground, and I think they're going to rule that that ball was out of bounds because no one really had possession there. It was underneath the legs of Usby. Let's go back to that rebound from JoJo.
Yeah, just look at this right here, right? You lose control, and then you keep it with two defenders around you. And then you kind of lead it up court on the outlet pass, and then just good hustle play for everybody involved there. Usby, Daly, and Wagner all getting to the floor.
So Usby, I think her hand was out of bounds, and that's why they called that. Ivy got around, nothing was called, but then she throws it away. Kelly looked like she took the worst of it. On the other end, Navarre takes advantage, and now they whistle the play down to check on Deja Kelly behind the play, who was down immediately in front of Kayla Ivy. So the basket counts for Navarre, who is now in double figures for the 9th time this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be Ivy's elbow coming
right
up. Yeah. Well, sometimes you're trying to create space as a ball handler, and these defenders will get up in your space, and just got to be careful about those elbows when you're placing that ball. You just never know.
So they did not call a foul on that, remember, originally. So 6:56 to go here in the 4th quarter. The lead is 64-48 in favor of Boston College, and they are going to go to the monitor and take a peek.
Currently we're going to look for an unobserved foul, meaning that we haven't called anything.
So they are going to go to the monitor, and they're going to look for an unobserved foul, so one that they have not called yet. I think we know what they're going to find, but they will go and take a peek at it.
Oh, and we'll see it again with you at home. It's, you know, again, if you're a ball handler, you have the right to create space, but you can't make contact. And right there, you just see a little bit of contact with the elbow to the nose of Kelly. Kayla Ivy's elbow is going to hit Deja Kelly's nose right there on that creating space move. And that's one as an offensive player, you just got to be careful about where you're positioning, again, because you know that the defense and the defenders are going to close that gap as much as they can.
So the officials are at the monitor looking at this one. Meanwhile, Boston College outscoring North Carolina by 10 points in this 2nd half, and they've opened up the lead to 64-48. BC is led by as much as 18 just moments ago.
Well, I'll tell you what, Eric, I mean, this has been impressive for BC's defense. Deja Kelly, 17 points per game. You know, obviously still plenty of game left, but only the 4th game this year that she's sub 10 points. The last time it happened, she had 9 points against NC State. She was 3 of 11. But what Boston College has been able to do here today against one of the top scorers in the league has been really impressive, and it's created more opportunities for players like India Navarre. We saw Tiani Key early on, and it just shows you that with this North Carolina team missing some players in the lineup, they're going to have to rely on the players that they do have. And maybe this is one of those games that gives Navarre some confidence with a big matchup against Duke coming up.
Previous
big rivalry game.
To an intentional foul.
So they have upgraded it to an intentional foul, which means North Carolina will shoot 2 free throws and get the ball. So Lexi Donarski will go to the free throw line. That foul is called against Ivy again. So it's an unobserved foul. They go to the monitor, they get it right, which is the point of the video review. And Donarski scores at the free throw line. That is 7 points.
And again, if you're an offensive player with the ball, that's going to be called 100 times out of 100. You just got to be careful about where you're moving to create space so that you're not called for the offensive foul on any contact like that.
2 free throws for Donarski. She has 8 points. Remember, she had those 2 threes pretty early on in the game. Got a chance at another. No good that time. Long rebound out to Ivy. Kayla Ivy and the fast break for Daly. Got it.
That's with contact, too.
Not afraid of it in the lane. That is 9 points for Andrea Daly. And the Eagles have held their lead right now. It's still 16 points over North Carolina. Heel's got to go here, down to 6:25 to go. Still trailing by 16 points. Kelly lost the handle on that one. Managed to find Donarski with just 6 to shoot. Kelly to the free throw line. Pull-up jumper is good.
That time the offense got stagnant, so Kelly didn't have anywhere to go. She had to take it herself and found the perfect spot.
Trap is on for Carolina. Passes over the head of Todd. And the Eagles do get it across with 2 seconds to spare. Todd, double team comes, taken away, clean, but Ivy found it. Now Boston College with numbers for a moment. Lacey wisely takes some time off. 10 to shoot for BC, 66-52, the Boston College lead. Skip past Wagner, inside, got the contact and the foul. And that is the 5th foul on Alyssa Usby, who has been disqualified on fouls.
You're gonna see the foul coming up here on the drive by Wagner. Just got our arms into the shooting motion of Dontavia Wagner, and we talked about BC keeping Deja Kelly quiet. They've also kept Alyssa Usby quiet as well. 15 double-doubles, 3rd in the ACC. And they have made it a difficult night here for the Tar Heels.
Wagner, we told you how often she gets to the line. She has not been a great free throw shooter, but she's taken advantage today. 7 of 9 from the free throw line. And Boston College's lead is 68-52.
Sorry, but you got to make those count. You know, BC hasn't had great free throw shooting down the stretch, and this is a big game.
At this point now, I mean, Carolina's got to get even closer to even consider a comeback here.
Just don't feel that sense of urgency.
And that's another foul on Carolina. Now Boston College is in the bonus the rest of the way. A foul called away from the ball, 2 in a row there. And that's the 4th foul on Deja Kelly. Kind of an odd sequence there.
Yeah, just 2 quick ones there on Kelly. She goes from 2 to 4, and now one more sits her on the bench. And we already told you about how depleted this roster has been for UNC. They're going to get Barker up and ready to check in.
Second free throw for Lacey is up and good. 20 points for JoJo Lacey. (70-52). And that is a blocking foul called against Boston College before the shot.
You're gonna see another good drive, good decision to just pass that off to Navarre. Called against the Eagles.
So another inbound here for Carolina, trying to find their way back in. Donarski, left hand, and she may have gotten hit on that foul, driving it. And they may have to take a peek at this one with 5:09 to go. Donarski has 9 points now for North Carolina. Second one is good. Double digits for Lexi Donarski.
Now you're gonna see the full court trap here from UNC, try to create some turnovers.
Here is Daly out front. Gets it to Sidbury. Three-pointer, that's short. Todd, though, got a piece of the rebound, and it leads to a held ball, though possession is going the other way with 4:55 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Well, you stop points from Boston College, and now you create an opportunity here to cut into the deficit.
Here's the drive by Navarre. That's a good take by India Navarre. She has 13 points now. BC again. Carolina will put the trap on, nearly take it away, and they do. Into the corner, Donarski, 4-3. That was strong. Offensive rebound, though, to North Carolina. Another offensive board. That's 19 on the offensive glass today for Carolina.
They've turned it around here in the second half, really trying to create more scoring chances.
Kelly driving, throws up a tough shot, no good. And it's out for Todd. Stutter step in the lane, pull up, jumper, no. A bad look. 4:07 to go. Going to take a little more time there, though, with BC holding the lead. Donarski for three, that's good. Lexi Donarski has 13 points. Carolina not done yet. They've cut it from 18 to 11.
Offensive foul here against Boston College, and now another turnover. It gives BC an opportunity.
I beg your pardon, this last one is Barker from the corner to make her first points of the game.
We said she came off the bench with some intensity early on, and now finds an opportunity to cut into this lead for Boston College. Then you go back on the opposite end, stand tall and draw the offensive foul against the Eagles. More opportunities here for UNC to cut into it and maybe make it a 1, 2, 3 possession game here down the stretch.
It's a 7-0 run for North Carolina. 14 to shoot, it's around for Navarre. Step back three, that's no good. And Sidbury has the rebound for Boston College.
We said it, Eric, there was not a sense of urgency for UNC, but now they've got it back.
Lacey, corner three, it's good! It's a new career high for JoJo Lacey!
It also looks like Lacey lined that one up, but just having a day. And I think at the end of that play, she got teed up for giving the look to Donarski after shooting it. You know, sometimes you're feeling it, but you got to keep it under control, and technical foul the other way.
So that goes down as the fourth on Lacey, and Donarski hits the free throw. A lot going on that sequence. Second one is good. So on the one hand, Lacey, that's now a new career high, and right there is where they call it.
You know, I want
them
to let the girls play. Yeah. I know it's in the book, but come on, man, let them play. Let them play.
So 3:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. Here is Barker. Pull up is good. Carolina back within 10 now. Barker's done a really nice job coming off the bench, and this is turned over. Deja Kelly's in the lane and is fouled. And if that's Lacey, that's her fifth.
So more pressure. Again, this full court trap has created turnovers for UNC. And it might be right here on the drive. Deja Kelly's gonna draw that foul on JoJo Lacey. Yeah, Lacey's out of the game now.
A much-deserved standing ovation for JoJo Lacey, who has a career-high 23 points on senior day. But the technical foul right before it, and then the foul there, and she is now out of this game. Remember, Boston College has only gone 6 deep today, and North Carolina is within 8. Kelly makes both free throws. The trap has been good for Carolina. The Eagles break it here. You got to try to take some time here if you're Boston College. A couple of rush shots on the sequences. Ivy gets trapped, timeout Boston College. It's a 13-3 run for North Carolina right now, including 6 in a row. And BC will take a timeout here with 2:40 to go. They have 2 remaining. Holding on to an 8-point lead in a game that the lead was as much as 18.
Well, we've talked about it. JoJo Lacey just having a career night here for Boston College. It started early on with the 3-point shot over a couple of defenders early on, and you see just good shot selection. 5 made 3-pointers for JoJo Lacey. Finished 8 for 15 on the floor with a new career high, 23 points, 8 rebounds, and you can see the smile. She knew that one was going in as soon as she released it. Well, she'll have to watch the rest of this one from the bench with the 5 personal fouls, and now both teams with the player out due to the foul trouble, and both teams with short benches already.
So 2:38 to go, the Eagles inbound. 8 to shoot, Ivy. Carolina's done a really nice job on the trap. It's out to Daly though, gotta find something, gets inside, traveled.
What North Carolina has done really well here in the last 3 minutes is force BC to pick up their dribble. So when they're picking up their dribble, they're caught in no man's land, no woman's land, and it's made it so hard for them to find that pass that they need to when the double team comes.
4 turnovers on this sequence for BC. Bounce pass inside, here's Key. It is down to 6. That is out of bounds. It is still Boston College ball. Navarre nearly created another turnover for North Carolina.
Back to your point earlier as well, Eric, is with 2:10, now it's a time game. Now it's about drawing as much clock or time off the clock as you can.
Daly got trapped, no foul. Out front to Donarski. Carolina is within 4. Ivy gets it into Daly. Trap is there again. Out of bounds, still with Boston College as Kelly knocked it out.
Just again, great pressure. This comes at the half court, the double team comes over. It looked like more of a triple team here for UNC, and then Donarski in transition. And then again, just more turnovers.
They are going to go to the monitor and see who did this go off.
Previously out of bounds is under review.
Initially, it was ruled to be Boston College basketball. It is a 10-0 North Carolina run in the short term over the last 88 seconds and 17-3 over the bigger picture over the last 3 minutes and 18 seconds of game time. Boston College led this game by as much as 70-52 with 5:24 remaining in this 4th quarter, and it is down to just 4 right now. And BC's leading scorer, JoJo Lacey, after a career high, has fouled out of this game, and Daly and Wagner are both playing with 4 fouls. On the other side for Carolina, Usby is out, and Kelly has 4. Here is what they are reviewing.
Yeah, so just trying to see if Ivy's hand is the last one to hit it. So you can see that Kelly hits her hand, Ivy's hand, instead of the ball. So it's in that angle that we see there, it should be UNC possession, because it doesn't look like Kelly hits any of the orange. It looks more of like Ivy's hand is being pushed to the ball.
Boy, on that look, yeah, I think you're right. To me, it looks like that is Ivy on last touch, but it's very difficult to tell. And remember, the important note is the call on the floor was Boston College basketball, so you need indisputable evidence to overturn. With 1:51 to go, they're going to stay with the call. So they determined that there was not indisputable evidence to overturn.
You know, Kelly knew it. I mean, Kelly immediately asked for a review on that play.
The one thing you have to be careful here with for Kelly on all of these traps is she has 4 fouls, and Carolina cannot afford for her to get her 5th. BC gets it ahead to Daly. And now wisely back to Ivy. Boston College will try to set up 15 on the timer. And 1:37 to go in the game. The Eagles lead is 73-69. 5 to shoot. Todd, 3 to shoot. Down the lane, lost the handle, got it back, throws it up. And a shot clock violation. It never hit the rim.
Yeah, Daly's a little frustrated there because she felt like she was open down low, but Todd just didn't see her. Again, Kelly stays in front, and then on the steal attempt, loses control, or Todd loses control.
Donarski back for Navarre, tries the 3-pointer, too strong. Offensive rebound, Sydney Barker. What a second half she's played off the bench. That is nearly taken away. It stays here. 1:03 is all that remains.
You know, for Sydney Barker, played 8 minutes against Western Carolina, hasn't seen a ton of action this year, but coming into a game like this, you know, your team's facing an 18-point deficit, and you just provide that spark off the bench that really was the start of the run.
Under a minute. Kelly, pull-up jumper, short. Rebound, Daly, and is fouled. That was one of the first time. I mean, the thing here is Carolina has not missed that much. So that's why they've been able to trap so well, because they're trapping off makes. That time they trap off a miss, and that's where the foul comes out.
You see it right there, just too much contact from Key.
The 3rd foul on Tiani Key, and it sends Daly to the free throw line. Andrea is a 69% free throw shooter this year. She's 1 for 2 tonight. Missed the first. Missed 2. Still a 4-point game. 3 ball. Donarski, no good. Navarre has the rebound for Carolina. 15 to shoot. Kelly, nice crossover, down the lane, up and no good. Daly the rebound. It's loose on the ground though. And now finally it's whistled down, a held ball, which will give possession to Boston College.
I think Barker got kicked.
Yeah, a wild scrum there, which they let play out.
Yeah, it looked like in the scramble, I'm not sure if it was Wagner who tried to avoid Barker, just got a piece of her trying to step through. And, you know, this is a chaotic rebound. Every team wants, or everybody wants it. You see Daly gets onto the ground, Kelly gets onto the ground there, Barker comes sliding across, but right there.
That's right. I mean, it's nothing intentional there, but you see Wagner's knee gets in. Good to see Barker up. And we'll head off to the bench. Boy, what a job she did coming in.
Just phenomenal, phenomenal, absolutely.
Really great.
Give her a lot of credit for starting that run early, or towards the end of the 3rd quarter, early 4th quarter to get her team back in it. And you can see she's going to be wearing that one for a couple of days. And
previous plays on a review.
We'll see if North Carolina can provide some sort of redemption here, as Barker will now be on the bench. But they're going to look at this one and see if it's foul. But I agree with you. I think it's just inadvertent. Dontavia was trying to get to the ball, didn't realize how close Barker was, and just gave her a little kick there. But you'll see it again.
To me, I mean, this is in the midst of a very long and frantic sequence as Wagner is reaching for the ball. So 29 seconds is all that remains, an important review here. And it is 73-69, North Carolina the lead. Or excuse me, Boston College the lead. North Carolina on a 17-3 run, including 10-0 over the last 2 minutes and 50 seconds of game time. And a game that Boston College led by as much as 18 points, 70-52.
Well, and then in that same run, Eric, too, 6 turnovers for Boston College. They haven't scored in almost 3 minutes. And North Carolina, 19 points off the turnovers here in this game. They've capitalized off the mistakes, especially here in the fourth quarter against the Tar Heels. I think this is a big call. I mean, obviously, we see it the way that it's inadvertent. It's not really intentional. But it'd be interesting to see how the officials see it.
It's obviously an important moment in this game.
Yeah, if they give North Carolina technical and the ball back, that's, it makes it a one-possession game, and they'll have the ball. So 29 seconds left. This is a big decision for this officiating crew.
Remember, this is one of the differences between the men's game and the women's game, that there is no loose ball foul in the women's game the way there is in the men's game. This is obviously a little bit of a different scenario with the contact to the knee. Boston College, by the way, is, I think, going to take a timeout at the end of this sequence. I'm assuming, they haven't announced it in the building, but usually the coach who did not get the good news is getting the longer explanation, which in this case would be Courtney Banghart. So I'm assuming they're staying with no call.
And one more time, we got to give credit to Sydney Barker. I mean, those are the types of plays that you want your players to make. Get on the ground, hustle for the ball, try to get that extra possession, give that extra inch, be that extra gritty player. And again, Sydney Barker has done that all game long. So it stinks that she won't be able to finish this one out on the floor, but she is out there on the bench getting attended to, making sure that she's all right. And it will be incidental contact.
So just to confirm, we've been told, as you said, incidental contact, no foul. Boston College basketball, 29 seconds remain. Because of the held ball that was called at the end of that sequence. Officials are still discussing something over at the scorer's table, trying to make sure they get everything right.
BC is going to try to use it.
And Boston College, remember, they just called timeout. It looks like they've added a little bit of time to the game clock. Now reads 29 seconds. Remember, BC has not scored in nearly 3 minutes here. Carolina has created 6 Boston College turnovers in the last 5 minutes in the midst of this 17-3 run. From the moment that Boston College led 70-52, which was the largest margin, and they are still discussing over at the scorer's table, trying to make sure they get this right at the end of this game, as Carolina on a frantic comeback. So because of the timeout, the ball advances. The clock is set at 29 seconds, and 28 is all that remains on the possession timer. Both teams are in the bonus. Wagner trying to get it in, and does to Sidbury, who's immediately, looks like they actually got the foul away from the ball. Donarski going against Kayla Ivey right over by the half-court line. So a foul called away from the ball sends Sidbury to the free throw line.
I think Donarski's complaining that maybe Ivey's the one that pushed off there.
Let's see.
You can see a little wrap. Yeah, I think right there is the wraparound, and then that kind of sets Donarski off balance.
Ivey makes the first free throw. 7 points now for Kayla Ivey. Second one is good. So first points for Boston College, ending the 10-0 Carolina run. Quick timeout taken here. At 28.7, they ruled that timeout came obviously before the inbounds for North Carolina, so that'll advance the basketball So Boston College gets a massive 2 points that they needed to kind of slow down that Carolina run, which is still 17-5 right now.
Yeah, it's still a 2-possession game for North Carolina. You set up a 3-pointer and you're within 3. So you take a look at how this game has gone for Boston College and UNC. You know, the Eagles have led from the start. JoJo Lacey had the hot hand, and how about Maria Gakdeng coming back to Boston College, gets a double-double. Second time here at the friendly confines, she picks up a double-double.
It is the 6th double-double of her career. He is off the floor right now, though, for North Carolina. 28.7 to go. Inbound comes here. Donarski got it off the pass from Kelly. Donarski forces up the 3. It's off front iron. That may have been a design play. The way that she shot that on the angle. I don't want to give too much credit, but the way that shot looked, it looked like she was trying to get that off front iron and get a rebound.
Yeah, it was no arc. It was like a line drive shot, right? So it either goes in with the swish or you get that rebound off the front irons.
Kind of just forces it up. I mean, she's a pretty good three-point shooter. That was well short. Who knows? But Tiani Key at the free throw line makes the first. It's back to a 5-point game. Each team has 1 timeout remaining here. Boston College will take theirs here and advance the basketball, 22.3 to go. So 2 big free throws for Tiani Key. It is still a 2-possession game with 22.3 seconds to go.
Be interesting to see how quick UNC goes for the foul, if they get it as soon as the ball is inbounded or if they try to go for a steal here. They've been able to trap Boston College so well in the second half, specifically here in the 4th quarter, and creating turnovers. Still got 22.3, so what feels like an eternity with less than a minute in a game, but a lot you can do.
Yeah, it's important to reset here. For Carolina, the most important thing is Kelly cannot be the one to foul. She has 4. Wonder if they'll almost go offense, defense here, even there, because Usby is fouled out of this game. It's also important to note, as you were just talking about, the possession arrow is with North Carolina. So they can go for the tie-up first.
It's just about getting your hands in without causing a foul. As soon as you got contact with that ball, these officials are going to be ready to see a jump ball or to see a foul. So the quicker you can get your hands in there to try to tie up that ball and get the jump ball or create the turnover, the more time you have on your side here late in the 4th quarter.
Wagner to inbound for Boston College. Gets it into Todd, who's immediately fouled. Tiani Key is the one who commits the foul, and that is her 4th.
I think that's a good foul. You just less than a second off the clock there, so you still have plenty of time here. And it's still a 2-possession game, no matter the outcome of these free throws.
Todd's first free throw is up and good. 21.6 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. Todd bends the knee, second one is good. Big free throws for Tiana Todd, who is now 4 for 4 from the foul line. Boston College as a team is 19 for 24 tonight, and North Carolina uses their final timeout.
It's where you use a double screen. You got 21.6, you set up this play for a double screen, get one of your best 3-point shooters, whether it's Donarski or anybody out there on the floor that can hit the 3-pointer. I'd say Donarski, she's been a little more confident here in the second half than she has been maybe in the 2nd and the 3rd quarter. So you get the double screen, you free up off the picks, and you get a clean look. And if not, you're crashing boards with everybody. So a good chance to maybe get a two-shot opportunity here with 21.6.
Remember here on the other side, Boston College, Daly and Wagner both have 4 fouls. And for North Carolina, Key and Deja Kelly have 4 fouls. Usby is out of the game for North Carolina. Lacey out of the game for Boston College. The Eagles, who have only gone 6 deep today. Kayla Ivey has not left the floor.
Have somebody as good as Kayla Ivey and good at controlling the ball with her assist-turnover ratio. You gotta have a floor general out there, and that's why she's been able to play every minute of this game.
They do get it into Kelly. Throws it inside for Key, goes up, gets the bucket. So Carolina goes with a quick 2. It's 77-73, and it's taken away by Kelly. Kelly pass underneath. Navarre goes up and is fouled. Deja Kelly with 4 fouls gets the steal clean. And Carolina can cut this to a 2-point game at the line.
No, we're worried about fouls. She's worried about getting that ball back, right? She's like, hey, possession arrows on our side. What do we got to lose here? And just takes it right away from Todd.
And smart, too, because remember, Todd, we just told you what she's been at the free throw line. One of Boston College's best free throw shooters, and the one you don't want to foul. Free throw, second one, no good. Still a 3-point game. Rebound is down to Sidbury. 8 seconds remaining in the game. Got it free to Todd. Has a chance to throw it deep, but the foul comes first. 5.3 to go. Carolina hit 1 at the line, could not hit the second. And now 1 free throw might do it.
Just again, trying to get that ball. Sidbury first makes a good decision to pick it up, get it to the open player, and then Todd was trying to get that outlet pass, but good closeout defense there for the Tar Heels, and still 5.3 left.
Missed the first. So now the question is, if you miss, remember Boston College does not have a timeout. Todd, though, still massive free throw here to make it a 2-possession game. She does. 78-74. And now if you're BC, you cannot foul. Kelly comes across, gotta get it up. It's Navarre for 3, it won't matter. Boston College holds on and ends the losing streak with a massive senior day 78-74 win over North Carolina.